Some breaking news overnight. Authorities say at least 5 people were killed when a student opened fire at a Thailand school before killing himself. The deputy interior minister said multiple teachers died and that the shooter killed his 2 grandparents at home before going to the school. He also said the shooter died at the hospital. The incident took place north of Bangkok. And experts say that Arkansas's growing cyclospora case count doesn't necessarily mean that more people are getting sick right now.
Yeah, the state has now reported 205 cases, with Benton County reporting the highest number. One food safety attorney says many of the new reports are actually helping connect people who got sick weeks ago because the parasite can take up to 2 weeks before symptoms appear. So what about the produce in your fridge or at that favorite restaurant?
It is not all contaminated. Like, we eat produce all the time. We are not sick all the time. Trying to be sure that we're communicating this specific risk in the best way possible to be sure people are aware, but also not fearful.
If you think you do have cyclospora, Gibson says if you're not getting better in a week or 2, go see your doctor.
And vandals have targeted a recently renovated park in Spyro, Oklahoma. Now, the Chamber of Commerce is offering a $500 reward for any information leading to the arrest of whoever is behind the vandalism. The city of Spyro says the upgraded park restrooms were damaged, fixtures were torn off and stolen, and glass was shattered. Anyone with information is asked to call Spyro police. And today, the Greenwood Police Department will escort a World War II soldier's remains to the Fort Smith National Cemetery. William Paul Keel will be laid to rest with full military honors. Meanwhile, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is ordering flags to be flown at half-staff today in honor of Keel. This is video from Tuesday when police escorted the veteran from Little Rock to Greenwood. Keel served in the Philippines after joining the Army in 1941. He died as a prisoner of war in 1942. Today's procession will leave the McConnell Funeral Home in Greenwood at 9:15. It will travel through several major streets, including North Main Street and Highway 71 North, as well as Zero Street and Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith. Police say drivers should expect traffic delays and consider alternate routes.
Well, the U.S. Department of Defense has announced plans for $80 million in upgrades planning for the 188th and Fort Smith. The Pentagon awarded a $41 million contract to construct an aircraft maintenance hangar at Ebbing Air Base. Another $39 million construction contract was also issued for a facility that will support mission planning, command briefing, and administration associated with the fighter pilot training program. The hangar maintenance bay is set to be open by March of 2028, and the administrative facility is scheduled to be complete by 2029. Well, at the state capitol, lawmakers learned more about what the future could hold for more nuclear power plants in Arkansas. Lawmakers asked the group Excel Services Corporation to do a feasibility study looking into how, when, and where a new nuclear site could be built and operated. They came up with 6 potential sites, including Arkansas Nuclear One in Russellville, other areas around the state, including the existing Flint Creek Power Plant in Benton County. Their suggested next steps include the state reaching out to nuclear vendors and getting funding sources sorted out.
I don't think that it's in the taxpayers' interests of Arkansas to put a whole bunch of money in a huge fund and start directly subsidizing nuclear vendors. What I do recommend, start creating private-public partnerships to identify sites and get them pre-permitted for new nuclear.
The group also discussed concerns about the environmental impacts of a nuclear power plant. They call the effects minimal, but more research will need to be done once a site is selected.
President Trump is again trying to limit birthright citizenship with new executive orders, including one banning so-called birth tourism. It comes 5 weeks after the Supreme Court ruled that any person born on U.S. soil is a U.S. citizen. Carissa Lawson has more.
Unfortunately, we had a bad decision.
Just over a month after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down President Trump's attempt to limit birthright citizenship, the president is taking another shot at it.
We're making adjustments because it's very unfair.
He signed new executive orders that aim to restrict birthright citizenship for certain categories of people, like children of foreign government employees, including ambassadors, children of anyone considered an alien enemy of the United States, and babies of foreign nationals on a visa for the purposes of giving birth on American soil, a practice known as birth tourism.
Birth tourism is by definition a fraud on the American system, on the American taxpayer, on the American visa.
Back in late June, the High Court upheld in a 6-3 decision that the 14th Amendment means everyone born in the United States is an American citizen at birth, regardless of their parents' immigration status.
I think these are ripe for legal challenge. I think there are portions of the executive orders that, if they are read narrowly, might withstand review.
The American Civil Liberties Union condemned the new orders and predicted they would fail in court, writing in a statement, any executive order that tries to rewrite birthright citizenship will meet the same fate as the last one.
The League of United Latin American Citizens says it also plans to oppose the new orders. In a statement, LULAC called them an attempt to violate the guaranteed civil rights embedded in our Constitution.